Alright, so a lot of people don't know this about me, but I used to be a cook in Denny's, and I spent a whole week learning how to do this, believe it or not. Whoops. Well, maybe I didn't spend enough time learning how to do that. But anyway, so I'm making Dad's breakfast for him, and while doing so, I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone, or maybe two birds with one puppy. So here is little Buddy. Here's little Buddy here, and I give Buddy roam time in the kitchen. And what's interesting is that these little wee pads, you can see, they're supposed to attract the dog over to use them to wee. And you can even see a wet spot where one day Buddy did hit the mark. But interestingly enough, Buddy doesn't tend to like to use those wee pads. And when he's in the kitchen, I try to keep an eye on him so he doesn't go in the house at all. But sometimes when he does go in the house, he's had one or two quote-unquote accidents in the house, and he'll run over to the other side of the kitchen, and he'll like climb up on the cupboard, and then he'll try to dirty. So I'm taking my sister's cue and putting down newspaper. And I'm hoping and praying that if Buddy does have any urges to go before I can catch him, that he's going to run over to the newspaper. If he doesn't like the wee pad, maybe he'll get the hint, you know, that the paper's on the reason, or paper's on the floor for a reason. But anyway, the other challenge that I'm having with little Buddy here, Buddy, yeah, see, he knows his name. The other thing that I'm having a challenge with Buddy is that, you know, they gave me these antibiotics right here. So they gave me, I don't know what this is, give half tablet by mouth every 24 hours. Have you ever tried giving a puppy a pill by mouth? This is called Baytril, 22.7 milligram tablets. So I don't know if you've ever tried giving a puppy a pill by mouth, but it's not a pretty sight, and it's a tiny little pill. You know, it's a tiny little pill, and I tried mixing it in. I tried mixing it in with this kibble, and lo and behold, he sure found a way to find this little pill in his kibble and not eat it. So anyway, so what I thought to do, yesterday I put it in a granule. I crushed it with that little mortar, or that mortar there. I crushed it and then mixed it in with some peanut butter. And then today, what I did was, Buddy likes this little, oh, it's a juice, not a juice, almost like a syrup. It's vitamins, you know. And so you're supposed to have half a teaspoon. You're supposed to have half a teaspoon a day. Longevity drops. You can, I don't know if the camera will focus on that or not, but longevity drops. And the ingredients of this is natural malt syrup, organic apple cider vinegar, vitamin A, vitamin this, vitamin that, supplement this, supplement that. But anyway, and it also says garlic in there, which I don't think you're supposed to give a dog garlic. But anyway, so what I did is I put a half teaspoon on this little plate with some ground up antibiotic, and Buddy did a pretty good job of licking it all up. So I'm hoping that's going to be what takes care of this pneumonia that he's been fighting. So anybody out there, if you have any feedback as far as you know, if I'm doing the right thing, you know, I sure would appreciate it. And then here is, and then I got to deal with my other kid, you know, my 88-year-old kid who's sitting there reading the morning paper. Let's say thank you.
Oh, thank you.
He always said, he says it in interesting ways. He says, thank you. Thank you, you know. So you probably want coffee too, don't you? Hmm? You probably want coffee too.
Yeah.
How come you never leave a tip for me? Huh? I've never come down here one day and found a tip.
All right.
Sitting on the table waiting for me.
Okay.
Very, very interesting.
Oh.
Okay, why don't you, what's the weather today?
Gonna be 90.
90? What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I'm leaving you a tip.
Oh, you're going to leave me a tip?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. My first tip in 6 months. All right, fantastic. Let me get your...
fork maybe.
I'll get your fork and your coffee.
And coffee.
You know, last night was the first time in 6 months that I yelled at you.
Did you yell at me?
Yeah.
Why?
When I told you that Buddy was in the kitchen.
Oh.
I've never yelled at you. You know that?
Yeah. Buddy.
Never,
Well, that's okay.
never yelled at you. Here's your coffee.
Yeah. Look, can I have a fork,
Please.
please?
Okay. Here's your fork.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's gonna be 90 today.
That's what he always says. Thank you. Thank you. So what's the weather in Cleveland?
68.
68 in Cleveland?
Yeah.
All right.
Bad.
Not bad, but raining.
Huh?
Let's do our daily devotion.
Quotes.
Doesn't matter. Quote, devotion, doesn't matter. What do you got? It's a picture of me and my two brothers off to the right at a Cleveland Indians game.
Okay. You ready?
I'm ready. What is it?
Ancient Egyptians believed that upon death they would be asked 2 questions, and their answers would determine whether they could continue their journey in the afterlife.
And what are the 2 questions? There's one of his faces.
The first question was, did you bring joy?
Did you bring joy? Okay.
The second was, did you find joy?
Huh.
And you know who wrote that? Leo Buscaglia.
Uh-huh.
I remember him.
I've never dated a Joy before.
Huh?
I've never dated a Joy before. I've dated a Julie, a Linda, maybe a Sue.
Joy? Did you find joy?
But I never dated a Joy. All right, sounds good. Did you? Are you going to bring joy? When you pass away, are you going to bring joy?
Probably.
And how about finding joy? Did you find joy? Did you find joy?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get on with our day.